So previously we've got these sloped skeelings, and what I've been doing is pinging a line, but then to get a clear point to work to, we've been fixing stop beads at the top. Now this isn't something I usually do, but we're trying it out. So not only that, we've bonded out the skeelings so they're nice and flat, completely straight. So in theory we've got something nice to work to. Then we plastered the ceilings, had a few near misses. And then we ended up looking at something like this. Okay, so we'll look at that Raffina box later on. But here's the room. We've got most of it plastered, we've got the beads fixed, we've got the blinds pinged, and we've got looking at these, which is the sloped ceilings. Now we've got a PVA ML4, strong mix, 3-to-1. Let the PVA dry and the bonding well before plastering. But the idea is here, we're going to try and get these looking banging. So I'm still going to ping a line from end to end, because I still need to see where I'm working to. So even though we did it with the bonding, it's always good to do it for the top coat as well. So we're left with these nice clear lines to work to all over the room. So we've got these sloped ceilings, we've got another 4 to do. So even though it's not a big area, it's fiddly work, which takes a lot of time. So a couple of days ago we fixed a stop bead along this edge. Now the point is we've got something to work to, and then we've got a distinction between the ceiling and that, and it gives us a straight line. Now what I like to do is I always like to ping a line anyway to show me exactly what I've got to work on. But I'm thinking with this, I might have completely wasted my time, because even though I can see the bead, I can just see it. It doesn't mean I've got anything to necessarily work to. It's as if I've just pinged a line with this, so I can see where I need to go to, but there's nothing to actually work to. I could have maybe plastered the skeeling first, worked to the stop bead, and then work the ceiling that way into this. So I think I've plastered it the wrong way around. I should have done this first, looking back with hindsight. Now what I like to do this way around is everything else is plastered, so all the walls plastered, bar this one, and I've got lines pinged everywhere, so I know I've got a clear guide on what I need to work to. Up there I can just see the stop bead, so can you see that's the bead shining through there, so I know what I need to work to. Okay, so we're going to start applying the plaster. What I want to do is try and get that line as good as possible. So I'm just going to run up the stop bead there, which is quite thick, admittedly. And what we want to do is try and get as close as you can to that line we pinged. That's what our aim is. Try and follow that all the way through. And that's going to give us a nice clean line on the other side. Now the reason we're plastering onto bonding as well is because bonding is going to suck the plaster in a little bit faster than if it was plasterboard, which means if there is any huge dips or any huge bumps, we can build the plaster up, and it's going to allow us to get more of a thickness in the areas where it's needed, where it's lower. So not only is it good at the beginning to build it out, but it also allows us to build the finish, because the bonding is going to pull it back a little bit faster. So that's the idea. So our aim is to work to the line, and we've got 2 coats to build up to it, so we have got space, but we want to get as close as we can to that line on the first coat as possible. So it might mean putting a thicker coat on, but by the second coat it just means that you'll have it pretty much under wraps. Now at the top here I'm working to the stop bead we planted, and it surprisingly is actually making a difference, as it is giving us a bit of a ridge to work to. So maybe it is a good idea after all. I'll let you know in a minute. So a good rule of thumb is to speed skim the bottoms. This is also going to help find your line, find your natural point of where you want to stop. So this is good for the distinction on where your line should finish. Now you can see the bonding's pulled in, which isn't a bad thing to be honest, because it's allowing the area to set, which means we can put more thickness on. So it's this coat here that we really find the line and really get it on. Now, if anything, the problem is with this stop bead now, unlike the blue chalk, which is left from the string line, I can't actually see the stop bead anymore. I'm really struggling to find out where I'm supposed to be going. Where with the blue chalk, you've got a clear line on what you want to work to. So I think I've probably completely wasted my time there. So the sound cut out of this bit, but what I think I'm saying is, you know this channel's banging, subscribe. No, I'm joking. You've got to step back sometimes because there's clearly a gap in the bit of the line there. So you need to step back and fill it where it's needed. So always make sure you're having a good look and checking exactly if that line's straight, because again, you won't be able to get it past this point. So to get a clear line, sometimes you need to do a bit of filling and always scrape back to see what you're working to when you are doing it. Right, let's see what's in this box then. This is the delivery from Rafina, and the reason this was so important is, no, not because of the t-shirt, and I am not a large, I'm a small guy, but anyway, it's because of these. Got these small midget trowels, and it's going to enable me to get into the small bits of the ceilings there, but we've also got this new water brush from Rafina, which to me is looking like a good bit of kit. So, giving this new Rafina brush a little whirl. See how it goes. It's quite a big one. Feels quite nice in the hands, to be fair. It seems to be holding a lot of water. So what I'm doing here is cleaning the edges off. Again, by this point, you would have found the line. You would be working to it, and now all we're doing is just getting that area of plaster nice and flat. Yeah, scraping the edges and then getting your wall flatter and flatter, and hopefully you've got as close to the line as you can. Now, it's never going to be perfect, and they are really hard to get the perfect line, but what I find with a string line is it just gives you a nice guide to work to, so at least you know you're roughly in the right area rather than just guessing, which is, I've done it before. It's just hard work and you don't actually know if you're right or not. So at least with this, you have a bit of an idea that you're in the right direction. So yeah, process now, it's very simple. You just keep flattening so it looks lovely. The only reason I got excited about this trowel is because I was hoping to get in there and look, don't even bloody fit. So that's a waste of time as well. But thanks for Rafina, we will try it another day. But yeah, instead I've just got to use a big trowel and get the head on like that. Now, I know I slated this before, but what I'm finding now is as I'm troweling and I'm found a line, it is actually sitting in the stop bead when you do it. So the stop bead kind of catches it. So actually, it might be alright in the long run. It is actually quite nice to have something to rest against, so it might not be as bad as we originally thought here. Towards the later stages, it's making more sense. And we've got a nice clean line, so I might keep it up. Who knows? And that's it, the job done. All the angles, the ceilings, got straight lines, got angles that are looking fresh, and then the room is looking completed. So that is how you start to get good angles on your jobs.